people have to understand that they should not be framing themselves to be convincing themselves that they are only some guy who is doing something and he will only do something only. Or if you are trying new things, doing new stuff, then you will enjoy. Okay? Even if you fail, it is good to be failed. Okay?
Hello everyone, I'm Vijay Thapa and welcome to the Developer Stories Season 1 podcast series. In this podcast, we will share our journey of becoming a developer and also suggestions for you to be one. So for the first episode, we have a senior web developer who was responsible for the development of first version of parking system which has been implemented in New Road and Durbarmarg area of Kathmandu, Nepal. And his name is Pratik Karka. Now he is following his passion for fitness. So in this first episode, we will talk about his journey of becoming a developer and also the importance of physical fitness in developer's life. So without further ado, let's start our podcast. Hello Pratik, welcome to this podcast. So this is season 1 and the title of the season is Developer Stories. So you are the first one to be in this podcast.
Thank you, Vijay. It is a very much big pleasure of mine to be here as well, and I really love to talk about my experiences and all the skill that I've developed in times, and I wish I can share that with someone. So you have given me the opportunity to share my stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you a lot.
And it's my pleasure as well to bring you in my podcast because there are lots of freshers who don't know what to do after completing the education. So before directly going to the main point, that is our stories of being a developer, I'd like to ask with how have you been during this lockdown period?
There is actually not just a single story of mine during this lockdown, but there are multiple stories. If you ask me, there are multiple breakdowns and there are multiple ups and downs, if I am not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Because I have been some person who is not in home a lot of the time, and I am with someone with sometime I go with the client, or sometime I will be involved in such a project, and I try to keep myself busy with my all the health and fitness, and also for IT client. But after during this lockdown, I feel that somehow I got lonely in times, and there were a lot of breakdown. But yeah, there were some project that I was working in, and I am glad that I was working in something, because I have seen heard story of someone, a lot of people, not actually someone, that they are getting the mental breakdown and the lockdown is killing them from the inside, not just the physical but a mental and also.
Yeah, it also happened to me because I was alone, as you know, as you already know, I was alone in my place, and in the beginning of the lockdown, I also felt like that, like I couldn't go out of the house for a month, and I didn't know what to do. So I also felt like everything is slowing down due to lockdown. I didn't even have energy to start something or learn something or work on some project. But after some time, it just became a normal thing. Now I'm back on doing some stuff I will do in something in a day. So how did you get out of this thing?
I realized it right now. Sorry for interrupting.
No,
the problem okay. I realized right now in this phase of time is to be honest, I am 27 years old, and there are a lot of family and all the responsibility that I have just started feeling that. And although I was always working on myself, but while lockdown, there are a lot of the time that I felt that responsibility, and I also felt that I was unable to do things that I want to. But yeah, somehow my ethics helped me to recover from all the things that I was going through, because this thing is not new for me, or not for any of the developer as well.
Yeah.
I know programming is very fun to do, and I know there are a lot of people who are doing very well in programming as well. Even I love to do programming.
Yeah.
But being a developer, the worst side of us is that we get very much lonely at times, and the side effect of this is either we get into a very much bad habit,
Yeah.
or the sleep disorder.
Yeah.
And during this lockdown, most of the people have developed this kind of habit because they are not into this programming thing before, and now they are feeling that they are lonely and they don't have any thing to do in life. But whereas being a programmer, I have already feel this kind of lockdown in my
Yeah.
mental blockage kind of
Yeah.
thing, not just the physical
Yeah.
lockdown but the mental lockdown.
Yeah.
It happened to me back in 2017 after I graduated from my college,
Yeah.
and that and I can feel the same pressure right now. But somehow I realized that I need to work on something. I need to keep myself busy, and I need to borrow some books. I need to do research online, and I need to learn something to keep myself busy so that I don't think about shit that I have to go through. Because see, Vijay, like
Yeah.
I was not that forward guy back then, and I was like an introvert, and like I could not share my problem with people. Okay?
Yeah.
Back in 2014, when I just started my college, I was very much introverted while I started, and my parents were actually worried about me because I was very much introverted, and also I have that anger issues.
Mm.
And somehow they figure out that I was having that problem since my really early years, and
Yeah.
so they forced me to join a marketing group so that I can build up that strength to talk to someone and make good bond by talking to them.
Yeah.
And that's how I got where I am, talking to people and knowing their problems and
Yeah.
helping them out. And also I can focus on myself as well, because a lot of the time what happens is we are not able to understand client, and we are not able to convey our idea to clients, and this
Exactly.
has become a very big problem, especially in Nepal. Okay?
Yeah.
We are not able to understand what they are trying to convey us,
Yeah.
nor we can convey our message to. And this has become a problem. And see, in this lockdown I figure out the same issue right now. Okay? Because we are having so much issue in our brain, but we cannot convey that to anyone. Okay?
Yeah.
Because we are old enough to deal with our own problems, but we also think that we are too young to deal with this kind of issue where the world is going chaos on things. But we all have our own personal issues.
Yeah.
And thinking about those kind of issues, thinking about what people are going through, I started working on myself. There are a lot of personal development book. Even you have given me this
Yeah.
book, if you remember.
Yeah.
I have not
Crossing
written
it.
this book to you,
Crossing
and it
it.
is really good book to read. And I
Yeah.
love this guy, man.
Yeah.
Like he is not good to listen at first, but when you talk to when you listen to his podcast and his YouTube channel, that you understand that this guy is very ground to earth, and he have seen all kinds of shits. Okay?
Yeah.
But
So he was the guy who changed my mindset as
keep on fighting on the problem that it won't be a problem anymore. Okay?
yeah.
And I have seen myself growing even during this lockdown. Okay? Like 4 to 5 months. Like if you know that, I just started YouTube channel
Yeah.
back in January.
Yeah.
I am really camera shy. Okay? Like if you go on my Instagram or any Facebook or any post, you would rarely see my photo. Okay? Rarely.
Yeah.
Like some people will take a lot. I need to convince myself a lot to just do a photo. Okay? But after
But now
working
you
on
have started to come out.
I understand that. Okay? Because I need to force myself to do something. Okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
And people are not understanding that. Okay? There might
Yeah.
be some connection. Maybe I can give some message to young guys that you need to force yourself. Okay? Somehow. Okay?
Exactly. You need to get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, get out of the comfort zone. Because if you are planning to be a developer and you are going to be a big shot in this development and programming, then you should be sure that you will be lonely. Okay? No matter
Yeah.
who is, even if it is Mark
Exactly.
Zuckerberg
Yeah.
or even the Bill Gates or any developer, he will get lonely.
Yeah.
But you need to find your passion in that loneliness as well. Okay?
Yeah.
And getting involved in a lot of things. Okay? Like what I feel is, I might not be master of one, but I am jack of all trade right now,
Same.
just because of my parents.
Yeah.
Before that, I only have that mentality that I was doing computer, I was in IT guy, I am a geek. I have convinced myself that I am a geek, and geek won't talk to anyone. Okay?
Yeah.
And that was the mental blockage for me. Okay? And when I started doing this marketing thing, I started talking to people, all kind of people, and
Yeah.
you won't imagine how many people I have talked to. Okay? And literally hundreds of people per day, not even in a week. I used to
Yeah.
talk to hundreds of people. Like I used to take calls. I used to do meetings. I used to go with people like. Sunny, they are not even in my age. I have a big age gap,
Yeah.
and my that friends have convinced me that I should never cut my facial hair because I would look too young. I was only 21 back 21 it's for age,
Uh,
yeah, 21
yeah.
13 ma 13 ma 20 21 around
Okay.
and that's how I convince myself to talk to people. Okay? Right now also after working on other companies, other projects, I
Mm.
learned that helped me right now. Okay? That is still helping me, okay? More than my studies as well.
Yeah.
So people have to understand that they should not be framing themselves to be convincing themselves that they are only some guy who is doing something and he will only do something only. So if you are trying new things, doing new stuff, then you will enjoy. Okay? Even if you fail, it is
Yeah.
good to be
Oh.
failed. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
after learning this thing, I convinced myself to start a YouTube channel. Okay?
Yeah, it took a lot of time for me as well because same as you, I was also introverted guy. I never took part in any like a public speaking thing. Like I never took part in debate or quiz competition or where I have to show or I had to face mass a lot of people. But
Mm.
in later a period of my life, it was around in while I was in bachelor's. Then I
Mm.
realized I need to face mass. That's when I started giving presentation in colleges, and I also started to go on networking event. There used to be a lot of networking events back then, like sometimes PHP meetup or any free meetup, just to know unknown people, meet unknown people, and start the habit of like talking, getting out of the comfort zone. That helped me a lot, and later I started doing this YouTube thing like we are doing right now. That also helped me a lot. Then I started talking with people on email. Then I started sharing my projects, so it has helped me a lot, though I have not mastered this communication thing or how to network all of these things. But I am just progressing, or I am just learning to get out of the comfort zone and try to communicate with people who are not from our field or who don't know anything about IT. I'm just trying to share all of those things. And today, you will be joining me, and you will be sharing more from your part than me, because most of the YouTubers or those people who are watching this already know something about me. They may not know a lot of things, but
You have
they
a lot of fan following here right now. You are doing a lot better than I am. Like
no. You are
we have
also
chance to share our knowledge to people, because
uh,
a lot of the time people are getting misguided. Okay?
uh,
That's what I feel. Okay? Like Unsani,
yeah
when I used to see YouTuber and I used to
uh,
be commenting like one page, one paragraph of comment just to help them out. Okay, but
uh,
somehow I could not convince myself that they are doing good. Okay,
yeah
like I know they have been struggling with things. They have their own issues, their own problem. But what I feel is, if you are sharing something in public domain, then you should be knowledgeable enough
yeah
to convince them that how it is done. Okay,
yeah
like I have seen people, they are just doing some popularity stunt and they are just going for 2 3 years and then out
yeah
out of you. They are nowhere to be found. Okay,
yeah
for me, Gary Vee is important because he once said in my one speech, even if he has one follower, one subscriber, he will
yeah
still make a content because
yeah
he is changing one life
yeah
in through his video, and that's what clicks me. And then because I have followed a lot of programs, and
uh,
I am doing this workout thing since I was 16. Now I am
uh,
27, almost 10 to 11 years right now.
uh,
But still, there are a lot of ups and downs in my life. A lot of the time, I have already quit fitness to be a developer, and I had that mental blockage that I should not be doing fitness because I am a developer. I need to focus more. And as I mentioned earlier, that I was so hectic from those kind of things because I
mm,
was so lonely at times. Yeah?
yeah
Because I have passion to do something in fitness, and
mm,
my health was declining because of my sleep deprivation, my eating disorder,
mm,
and all the stress that I was taking that time. And I somehow convinced myself that time also that I need to get back on something. Okay? I
Mm.
need to do something little that can change my life. I need to be someone who I aim to be in when I was 16. Okay? I
Mm.
always aim myself to be a stronger guy, a guy who can deal with his own problems, a guy who wants to be better than he is right now.
Yeah.
So, when I was around 24 years old, I realized that I was not that guy. Okay? Just looking at one picture,
Mm.
like when I quit gym in 2016, I was 82 kgs,
Mm.
and you can just calculate that. Okay?
Yeah.
When I quit working out, I was 82 kg right that time, and I was pretty much strong. Okay? I was very much confident doing things. Okay?
Mm.
Only after I got stressed so much about my career, and then I started working, and then I quit everything. Okay? Only I have those issues with me, okay, the sleep deprivation and everything, and
Mm.
I was so bad that in that wedding picture I was only 65 kgs. Okay? And if you compare me with that guy, like I look like shit. Okay? In that picture, I have that big dark circle, and the way I was looking was so miserable. Okay? And I could
Mm.
not take it anymore, and I thought, no, I should do something. Okay? I need to do, like, even if I can do 5 push-ups or 10 push-ups, I will do it regularly. I will do it regularly, and that's how I started building myself up. Okay?
Yeah.
And people won't realize that how much workout can help. Okay? If in my case, I need to do some workout. Okay? For people, there are people who want to do the sports thing, and in your case, you are more into hiking. Some
Yeah.
are into meditation and yoga.
Uh,
So they every people have to be somewhere in the zone they want to get, so that
uh,
they can get that mental freedom and get out of that blockage. Okay?
yeah.
That will boost a lot of productivity. Although you might feel that होइन आज त मैले एक्सर्साइज गर्यो भने
Mm.
आधा आधा घन्टा जान्छ 1 घन्टा जान्छ
Mm.
म भोलि गर्छु आज काम छ भनेर, then you making that excuses,
Yeah.
अनि but you won't realize that the 30 minutes you are giving to yourself is only for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Because after you wake up, in the morning, after you wake up, you think about your work that is for your client,
Yeah.
you go to work and you talk to some other issues of people that is not none of your concern, but still
Mm.
you listen to them because they are your friends. And then you go to your bosses, and then you listen to their problem and listen to the client, and then you are doing all your work and all the things that you are doing, and you listen to your parents about everything. But where is the time? Okay?
Mm.
I don't think you have any time to do anything for yourself. And then what we do is, we are so stressed that we end up looking at 3 hours of movie just to get a peace of mind. Okay?
Yeah.
But that is not how it works. Okay? You have to give yourself time. Okay? Like
Mm.
I still from 2017 to right now 2020, I have like 1 month of gap during this lockdown because I was demotivated, like
Yeah.
every human was.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
was too.
I somehow got back into it. Okay? And people won't realize that how important was it for me to get back just by this workout. Okay? Like workout is not small. Okay? It's a very
Yeah.
big thing you can do for yourself. You don't need
Exactly.
to look at your diet or anything. Okay?
Yeah.
You are just think about this. Okay? You are just giving time for yourself 1 hour per day. Okay? You are living
Yeah.
24 hours per day, but you are not even willing to give yourself 1 hour.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
Especially,
that you are
I
slowly.
think, especially we developers or programmers should at least involve in 1 hour of physical exercise, because
Yeah,
all the time,
everything
because all the
exercise.
time we only sit in our chair, and all the works are done within our table and chairs. So I also think that, and I also involved in going to morning walk every day, either morning walk or evening walk. So I think those people who are in this IT field should at least get involved in some sorts of physical exercise, because health is wealth, right?
See, see, what I'm saying is, like we are very much evolved in every kind of aspect we are in right now. Be it our eating habit, be it our traveling, be it the studies, and be it everything. So, what we have to understand is basic thing about us human is the physical activities.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I realized back in 2017 was I was sleeping 7 to 8 hours.
Mm.
I was studying 1 to 2 hours.
Mm.
I was in my work for 9 to 10 and 9 to 5, around say 7 8 hours. I don't know, calculate it.
Uh, uh,
I was traveling for 2 hours, and there was even traffic jam, the
yeah,
mental pressure, the blockage, the career
yeah,
pressure, the parents, the everything in your life is going in your brain, okay? And
yeah,
you are not willing to give 1 hour to yourself, okay?
yeah,
And just because of that, I feel much lighter, okay?
yeah,
Like I started like if I go into a gym and I do like 25 pull-ups, that thing would be in my mind, okay? What
yeah,
I feel is I did 25 pull-up today. I
yeah,
did 25 pull-up today. I did
yeah,
25 pull-up today.
yeah,
I'm so strong right now. I could
mm,
not do 5 when I
yeah,
started. I am doing 25 right now.
uh,
And that power, that willpower would be with you wherever you
yeah,
go,
yeah,
okay? The whole day would be so good, okay?
exactly.
So I did not mean that you just have to lift weight.
Uh,
You
yeah,
can calculate that with meditation as well. I
uh,
started meditation also that
uh,
time. I started yoga, but that did not work for me.
yeah,
For me, workout is the must, and
yeah,
I need
exactly.
to be strong to be strong
Yeah,
mentally.
yeah,
I guess lockdown also same thing happened for me in lockdown as well.
mm-hmm.
I thought the same kind of things were coming in my mind, and I mindlessly started working out. Okay? Ani, for most of the guys, I'm only talking about workout right now because I will
No,
talk
no, no, no.
about
It's okay. You, you,
other.
are- you are doing what you love, and you are into fitness. And we,
Yeah, I'm really into fitness. I was
uh,
16-year-old when I started working out. 15 years old when I started working out, and I'm 27 right now. You know,
uh,
and I can compare myself when I did workout and when I did not. Okay?
uh,
My health was declining like this. Okay?
uh,
But somehow I figure out I should start working out. It does
uh,
not have to be bigger one. And yeah, people are very much lonelier in this development field. Okay?
uh,
And that's why I suggest everyone to do workout to gara अलिकति भयो नि गर न
yeah,
हैन it does
exactly.
not happen much okay? And
Mm,
that mental pressure is like you will feel that instantly okay? It might take a week for anyone
mm,
uh, anyone who started like
mm,
a week is like it
yeah,
will be painful for a week and then you will get used to it okay?
yeah,
And then you started calculate your result. I am
mm,
getting this, I am getting this,
yeah,
and that will go through you. And especially for developers and someone who is working on their desk job, okay,
mm,
this is very much important, and it has helped me a lot. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
Instead
and now you are also sharing all the physical workouts in your YouTube channel right now, right? So
yeah,
for those who don't know about your YouTube channel, I'll put the link in the description so that they can check out your channel and
yeah,
follow you as well. So will you make some exercises for developer?
yeah. All my exercises, like right now, I am sharing exercises for my gym bros, okay, like who have some experiences of working out. Because
And you should
not
also
very
focus
good right
some
now.
on those who are really beginner and who don't want to go to gym.
Yeah, I am doing that right now. I will
Yeah.
be doing that. Like
Yeah,
I want.
you have uploaded some really nice video which do not need any other equipment, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that because like what I feel is you know,
Uh,
you should be creative while you do your work okay?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
even as I mentioned in the
uh, uh,
lonelier thing, what happens is when you work out at home and
uh,
you are not you don't have any friends okay? Because all your family members are not interested in only
uh,
you to lifting weight okay?
yeah,
And somehow you get the feeling of loneliness okay? Am I doing it alone and you can't play the loud volume in your storeroom as well.
yeah,
So what I'm doing is I'm doing some physical workout okay? So that I can share it with people. And also like there is difference between physical and the weight training okay?
yeah,
Weight training will make you feel strong you will
uh,
feel so happy that you can punch anyone and
uh,
make a hole in their chest
yeah,
So when you do the physical workout then you will feel much lighter okay?
exactly.
Like if
Yeah,
you do 125 kgs it can only be compared in your gym. But if you do 25 pull-ups then it can be compared to your physical strength as well okay?
mm,
So I am doing physical right now, but I am also sharing. I am right now sharing with my gym bros okay, who thinks that physical workout is nothing and they can do 100 of pull-up, but push up or pull up all the physical exercises. But I am challenging them in all of my workout right now. But I'm also planning to do beginner workout so that someone, if you want to start, then you can start light and you can go heavier and heavier. Because what you feel is what you know, what you can understand is when you purchase something, it is endless. Okay? Like if you are a geek, if you purchase a computer, then you have to purchase something. Like you need a new mouse, you need a new
Yeah.
keyboard, you need a laptop, you need a new
Yeah.
laptop, bigger screen, more bigger screen.
Yeah.
You need a take out room, right? And
Mm.
when you are a working out person, then we can't get enough of the equipment. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, that is the barrier. Okay? And we
Uh,
always tend to compare our equipment with the gym one, which is a lot more expensive. Okay?
yeah.
And that's how people get demotivated. But
Mm.
I don't think I what I feel is physical aspect is more important and mental aspect is very important.
Yeah.
So it should not be compared with the equipment you have. It's
Yeah.
where you need to be motivated no matter what kind of
Yeah.
equipment you have,
Yeah.
and you need to know how to use it in 100% level. Okay?
Yeah. You
So
can
that
always
you
start
get
with
out
what we have.
100%. Huh?
You can always start with what we have.
Yeah, exactly. We should start because we
Yeah.
started programming in Pentium 4 computer, I guess, the
Yeah.
dual core that was, and
Yeah.
we are working right now with our mobile and our i7, i9 computers. So
Yeah.
beginning should not be a take out or the high end one, but you can start by little and you can increase the volume, increase the hardware, increase everything in life works that way.
Yeah. So, Pratik, you have shared a lot of things regarding physical workout and physical exercise for developers. How important is it to all of us? Now, let's start the next phase, which is like, how did you become a web developer or software developer? You worked as a web developer, right? In a Laravel, I think in Laravel framework, right?
And then there is it's a very big story. It's kind of funny as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Because like from as I was a kid, when I got my first computer, I was really
when did
into
you
that.
get your first computer?
I don't know, at class 7.
Class 7. I got my first computer in 12th.
Class 7 and class 8. End of class 8 on beginning of class 9. That was Pentium 4 computer, okay?
Okay, yeah.
And I used to use our like office and college school computer, okay, office and school computer, Pentium 3. And my dad had a good computer back then, and I used to play GTA. And one thing, Vijay, one thing was always in my head, okay, that I was always interested into that graphical side of things, and also I was one of those guys who was screwing everything. I need to unscrew all the plugs, and I just want to see how the fan works. If I plot some plug, if it would work or not, where is the RAM? That was my point of interest when I was a child. And another thing is my mark was not good, when I was in school. My mark were never good, but I never I never was into I was always into computer. Okay? I was always I had a good grade on computer. Although my marks were poor, I was failing on few subjects. But computer was there. Okay? Computer was always in a high end. And I used to compare my marks with another guys so that I can show them pass pass or computer. That was how I was. But I never although I was very much interested in computer and this programming thing, but I never planned to be a PHP developer. Okay?
How did it happen then?
In college, in college there was one selection and PHP and that database, Oracle database, and I was PHP the jolle nahi banaउँछ यार. Everyone in the world is either PHP developer or someone. Either they are PHP developer or someone, but database is a big thing. I can own a lot by database, and that's what was my mindset. And I was into that cloud computing, which is good, and Hadoop, Spark, that big data thing, and then after graduated and looking at the marks of the subject I worked the most, my friend got better marks. Well, I was one of them who worked hard but got lower grade. Okay?
Sometimes it happens.
They worked less, but they got higher grade on the subject that I was good at. And that broke me. Okay? And I was like, no, I'm not staying in Nepal. I'm going. I'm going Australia, Canada. Even if there is nothing, then I will go Dubai. I'm not staying here in Nepal. And then called me that there is one job vacancy, some, and please come. And I said no, I'm going out. I don't need anything. I'm going out. And then that's how I left gym in 2016. I thought I'm quitting everything. I'm a developer. I'm quitting everything. I'm Oracle developer. I'm quitting everything. So I'm going. And then I struggled in my GRE. Although I got good grades.
So it was after completing your bachelor's, right?
Yeah, it was 310, and then somehow I then after applying to US, I realized that I could not go to any work because I could not go to US because they don't allow scholarship in January session, and nor can I go to my job because I don't have any, and all the vacancies were closed. Okay? And then I started applying to every field that I can see. I applied to almost 8 to 9 companies, including Durbarmarg, Verix, Versant, and a person not same, and Brain Digit, and some like cloud computing. Then I got opportunity in one company. I'm not taking the name, and got opportunity in one company. And it was nearby. While coming back, I did not see the vacancy. I just saw that .NET and Oracle developer required. And then I was into .NET back then, C#, because I thought PHP is not a good language. I am not doing anything. Everyone is doing PHP. And then I went there, and they took my interview. Like, it was like a really intense interview. I have never seen, even in my Viva, it was easy. People surrounded me, 5 to 8 people, and I answered to one, then one ad pops up. Then I went to one company, and they hired me, and then I got called. And I thought I was going to that company, but they hired me for another company, which I did not know. It was nearby my home, so I applied. But I go to some other company, which is in Patan. I did not know the name, but that was a good company, and that is also a bigger name in this data science and that data center, and one of the biggest data center of Nepal. And then I worked there, and I thought I would be doing .NET. .NET is my thing. I am doing cloud computing .NET, and then I realized there everyone was doing Laravel, and I thought, what the hell is Laravel? What the hell is PHP? Why are you doing PHP? I am doing .NET. Why are you doing PHP? Then somehow I just look at to the Laravel and the documentation, and it was so good. Like,
so you did not choose Laravel. The company chose the Laravel or PHP program language for you, right?
Yeah, I actually went for .NET. I got selected in one company. I went out for .NET in another company. They selected. Then I got job for Laravel, same company. And then they said, you just do this job right now, and we can work on .NET after you get. We get projects for .NET because we are mostly doing Oracle and Java and this and Laravel most of the time, and most of our clients are for Laravel. And I thought Laravel is because it's also good. PHP to honey. That's what I thought. PHP.
So let me pause you.
The folder orientation was better than .NET. Like, there is no lagging and anything, and it was so smooth. I was so addicted to it, and there is so well documented Laracast. The Laravel website is there, and also there, and especially for Mac, there is a lot of plus point for Laravel. And I got hang of it, and then I got project after 2 years of working there. I got project for .NET, and I said no. I'm doing Laravel now. I'm not doing .NET.
So let me pause you for a while. So, and we will come back to this session again. We will continue again. So before joining the company, what skills did you have?
I had C#, Python, .NET. That's
so you were the best in C#, right? C#, .NET.
C#, C++.
So if you have to give a rating from 0 to 10, what would you give to C# back then, before joining?
It's a very good programming language.
I also started with that.
There is a lot of things that you can do in that Microsoft Studio, and it is good. You can just drag and drop things you can either you can program or you can drag and drop things. Even my final year project was in C#. Okay, I did that student management thing. It was trending back then.
Yeah,
Everyone was
same
doing
here.
student
We also did the
management,
same thing.
ticket management,
Yeah.
everything. Everyone was doing that, and I never thought I would be into PHP after
Yeah.
that.
So you did not have any experience with PHP programming language back then.
Yeah, I did some project, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
not in. Although
Yeah.
it was in my resume,
Uh-huh.
It was not the fork of my choice. Okay?
Yeah.
And
So
I
you.
got angry because everyone, like, you can feel the peer pressure. Like, how can I explain it to you? Like, if 10 people are smoking,
Yeah.
you are the one who is not. Then
Mhm.
somehow you will get the hang of smoking and you will start as well. Okay?
Mhm.
I'm not recommending, but that's happened to most of the people.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me, okay? Because everyone was Laravel, and I thought, what the hell is Laravel, man? It is just a framework. I thought that in the beginning, but it was really good. It turns out to be very good.
Yeah. So you learned Laravel and those things after joining the job, right?
Yeah, Laravel, I heard Laravel,
Yeah.
and I heard that Code Igniter. I tried Code Igniter actually, but it was very active. Okay? And that's
Yeah.
how, like, for my first project, PHP,
Mm.
I was planning to do it. I started doing it in Code Igniter, and it was pretty much hectic. Everything was a mess.
Mm.
Then I had a bad example of that PHP thing.
So how long did it take you to be really good at Laravel?
See, I don't consider myself to be good, okay? Because if you are a developer, then you are never good.
Yeah. You always have to evolve. You always have to update and upgrade.
Yeah.
But
Like, I
so.
started in Laravel 5.2,
Mhm.
And 5.2, 5.4, 5.6, I am like, right now it might be 5. I have not seen the latest one, I am working on old projects. Let me see.
6, 7 त्यस्तै होला.
Maybe 5.
So I'm just trying to tell कि त्यो फ्रेशर्सहरूलाई हुन्छ नि, like they what they think before applying job is they think that they need to know everything before joining any organizations.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Same
thought.
here.
That be the problem in everyone, okay? Because they think that the people will hire only those who are Bill Gates. Okay?
Yeah, those who know multiple program language, multiple frameworks.
Everything.
Yeah.
Hire you because you are a Bill Gates. Okay? They hire you because they need someone to work with their. Okay? And you are the one who would be learning constantly. Okay?
Yeah.
If you are a developer,
Yeah.
I don't know about other field. If you are a developer, then you are constantly learning on things. You are constantly evolving on things. You are constantly experimenting with things. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, as I mentioned, I was into cloud computing and that Oracle. And somehow I realized that it was very tough to get job in those fields. Okay? Because there is very limited amount of it, and also the certification is kind of expensive.
Expensive, right.
And also it is not in high demand because we are not dealing with a lot of big data. Although bank are doing that Oracle, but there are not much organization using it. Okay? Although it's very good thing if you can get certified on it. So if you ask me, there are a lot of people right now in Nepal who want to transition their offline business to online business. Okay? And for that, PHP is the best framework because you can offer.
Yeah, hosting is cheap, developers are cheap. Yes.
Yeah, very good website in a very low rate. If you are doing same project on .NET, then the bill will come in lakhs. Okay?
Yeah, that's why I started doing projects in PHP after completing the bachelor's. That's how I got a lot of projects as a freelancer, because Nepal, the clients from Nepal want really cheap things, right?
Yeah, exactly, because they don't know what framework is used. Okay? They just want
the product. They just want a product.
Some product they can offer in lower price.
Yeah.
And Laravel is very much secure if you ask me. I have been through that framework for 3 years right now. And I transitioned to if you ask me, then I started with that HTML and front-end development when I started my college back in 2013. And then I transitioned to .NET and C# because I thought it was a great framework just because it was built by Microsoft and also it was well backed up system. Okay? And I was not into open source because I thought a lot of people are involved in open source and it might not be good because it was not authorized by some company. And then after I realized that I was wrong. Okay? every time I thought about it, and I still laugh looking, thinking about what I thought. Okay?
Mm.
Then I went to open source. Okay?
Mm.
And open source, man, I got into that CI code igniter.
Mm.
It was not that good, and then WordPress. Only two frameworks I used to work was code igniter and WordPress back then, and I
Mm.
did not have good image of PHP
PHP.
because
Yeah.
it was so insecure. Okay?
Yeah.
And code igniter was hard to use, and
Yeah.
WordPress was very inconsistent. Okay? And then I thought ASP.NET is much better. You can just do one project and earn in a million. I
Yeah.
will be a
Yeah.
millionaire someday just
Yeah.
because it was backed by Microsoft.
Mm.
And I will get a job in Microsoft in Nepal or somewhere. But it did not happen.
Mm.
Maybe Microsoft, if you are listening, then you can hire me. I am trained in .NET. I also have done courses with .NET, but I
Yeah.
don't think I will do .NET a while. Saying,
Yeah.
if you offer me good, then I can.
Yeah, yeah, but you did really great in Laravel as well. So how long did you work as a Laravel developer?
I worked for 3 years, 3 years, and in office 3 years, and freelancing few projects,
Mm.
and now still I'm working in Laravel. But what you have to understand is it's not about how much you work. Okay? It's about how many projects you have deal with, how
Yeah,
many clients
yeah,
you have. Okay?
yeah,
Because every client have their own issues with
yeah.
their website, and every client have their own desirable
Requirement. They have their own
output.
requirement.
A lot of the time what people mistake on most part I feel is like people don't want WordPress because of one issue. Okay? Even I don't want WordPress just because of one issue is that the backend is same to everyone. Okay?
Yeah.
In Laravel you don't get that backend. Okay? Although you
Mm-hmm.
can get admin panel by default, but
Uh,
you have to build your own backend. Okay?
yeah.
I and my team always keep on working on that backend. Okay? So that I can provide one step better to my next client, one
Yeah.
step better to my other client. And a
Yeah.
lot of the time people convince themselves that this is the best backend that they can offer to any client, and they will paste that backend and send to another client, paste that backend and send to another client. But that is the biggest mistake I feel, because you know that it is like after a year of using it, also it would be the same. Okay?
Yeah.
Because the experience for a year and after a year would be a very much vast difference, and there are a lot of things you can do in with that particular backend as well. Okay? And if you see my project, then although the backend is same, but some layouts are changed, some integration are changed, UI is changed, and some structure is changed, and that's how I keep on evolving on my project, and I feel that that is secure for me and
Yeah.
my team as well.
So for every project you made different CMS.
No,
Am
I
I
have
getting
one
or?
CMS, but I upgrade it in every
Okay.
project. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
What
So.
they do is they develop one backend or the CMS,
Uh,
and they just paste that around
yeah.
to
Yeah.
every client they
Yeah.
have. Okay?
Yeah.
And it will be a similar
Uh.
project, but
Uh.
if you see my backend, then my first project is very much different than my recent project because
Uh.
I upgraded the backend that much. Okay? That's how you improve. So, I don't think most people. I don't think people I know will do it. I'm not going to take their name.
Yeah, because a lot of those organizations are into making money. It doesn't matter for them whether they have changes or not. They only want is to earn more money in short period of time.
No, you see, organizations are not into making money.
Uh,
Organizations are into providing something to their client that they can look up to. Okay?
uh,
Even a developer left, then the work can be carried out with another developer. Okay?
uh,
About people, okay?
yeah.
Like there are few people who are working the same project, same backend, same everything on every client. Okay? That is all bad. Okay? Like in my previous team also they used to upgrade the backend and they used to sell it to the client, and client would be happy because it would be very much different to the previous backend. I have seen people they even change the color. Open like it will look the same guy. When you do the login it will feel the same, man. I started by changing colors to the backend. because I got that CMS from some other guy and I started by changing colors. Now it's very much different.
Yeah.
That's how I improved.
You started there. You started from the zero, and at the end, in the recent career while you are working, you develop the project for our parking system in Nepal, right? You are the guy who made the parking system that has been implemented in Durbarmarg and New Road, right?
Yeah, I
Take,
started that in 2018.
yeah.
I started that in 2018, but it was taken away. It was upgraded by another company
Yeah. So
because
basically,
there were more developers for the mobile system. But yeah,
yeah, first version,
not
but
only me,
but the
me
first
and
version
one
you
friend.
develop, right?
Yeah, I cannot take the full credit, although I did that, I don't want to take the full credit, but there are very good friend of mine, Sujit,
Yeah.
who have helped me in that APIs and all, and it was like yeah, and also Projol sir was there. It
Mhm.
was three people who did it, and then we transfer it to another company, so because they have so many of the developers,
Mhm.
and they can work on that project as well,
Yeah.
and they have done a tremendous good job in that project because like in my company I was like I got that project, I convinced myself that I am doing mobile system, yeah,
Mm.
mobile application,
Mobile app,
because
right.
I was not into I have not done mobile system. I did one small project before that, after that project came to me, I said okay, I will do it, and then I started the project, and yeah, that's how the project was done. But yeah, later it was transferred to some other company so that they can do better upgrade to the system as well.
Yeah, it's great now because
Yeah, it
before
was
that system it was really difficult to find a parking spot. Now, though we have to pay, we can easily find a space for
even
parking.
even you and Amir have helped me to
Yeah.
collect the pizza, yeah? And
Yeah.
we went there at Saturday afternoon, and Amir got lost with his camera. We called him. He left his phone in his house, and we went to his house. And called us, and we said, "Come here, we are here." And he came again, 5 kilometers, traveling 5 to 6 kilometers. Oh my God, he's a legend.
And
Funny thing is, he was lost in Durbarmarg. Who got lost in Durbarmarg?
uh,
Like it might be, we can agree that people get lost in Jamal, people get lost in Indrachok, people get lost in New Road as well. Like we were in middle of Durbarmarg, in front of the Sherpa Mall. He got lost in front of Sherpa Mall.
by the way, today is his first birthday.
Right. Oh, sorry, Amir.
You can wish him here, and he will later watch this video.
Oh yeah, you will see this video and happy birthday, Amir. Belated.
अनि अर्को कुरा चाहिँ के भन्नु लाग्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि नाउ हाउ डु यु फिल वेन यु हेभ टु पे अन युर ओन प्रोजेक्ट
It feels really bad. Like I paid last time I went there, I paid 15 rupees, and I then really still in my purse because I feel so bad for my project. It's my project. I even scanned that if my phone can detect because I have that app in my phone. It was not that good. I know that it was taken by some other company. Like I put that dummy rate in there, and that's some fun memories there. So yeah, that another company helped me a lot. I was into a lot of pressure with just that app because I was the only one for that working on that app, and then I got help from that company, and we slowly transferred my project to them, and they helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
And that's people, we have to realize that we should not be forcing ourselves to be best in everything.
Yeah, we have to be compatible. Like,
Compatible in everything. Also, we have to learn new things every day, so that it will be very helpful for you in a long run. If you can, if you are not, if you are taking, like, we don't take help much, because we feel like we are very bad on this and this and that. So a lot of things plays on our mind. So what we have to realize is, if something needs more workers to work with, then it should be given to a bigger company to work with. Bigger as a bigger production value company. So that they can hire more developers just to work on that project.
Mm.
Or if you are forcing yourself to do work of 5 people, then it won't be possible. Okay?
Yeah.
And somehow it will affect the security of that project as well, because it's not the gross that ego you should have to develop some project, but it's
Mm.
for the client, and the client should remember you. Okay? And
Mm.
right now also I get calls from him sometime, and he will call me out on a Friday night. Oh, let's hang out on Friday night. Before lockdown, not in this lockdown. He's a big name. I don't want to
Yeah.
take his name.
Yeah, it's okay.
He used to call me, oh, where are you, man? Let's hang out. Let's hang out.
Mm.
Even he called me in his home for dinner, and I
Uh,
did not. I was vegetarian at that day. I don't eat non-veg Monday and Thursday.
uh,
He called me on Thursday, and I went to his house and had dinner with him after the project. Yeah.
uh,
And he was so good about it, and he was so happy that we worked together. Although somehow I transferred the project to another company, and he also knew another company,
uh,
and he said, "Yeah, you did good job, but yeah, somehow I you helped me out and all."
mm,
He appreciated it, and
uh,
that's what matters. Because sometimes
yeah.
what we feel is we have that ego. Okay, we have to work in this project. We have to work in this project. We have to be the best, and somehow we spoil it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a good sign to end it to your client.
Yeah.
So
So
overall, good experience for that project as
yeah.
well.
So now, what will be your like suggestions for those students who have learned like first step of Laravel and want to
Mhm.
continue more? So what will be your suggestion for them?
My suggestion would be experiment. Okay?
Trial
Like,
and error, right?
yeah, trial
The
and error, and also constantly work on your CMS,
uh,
because like you can build a good website from the
uh,
outside, you know. So
uh,
if you don't have a good CMS, then client will be a headache.
uh,
Client will kill you. Okay?
uh,
Literally, he can kill you, because you will getting that headache just by working on your old CMS, that you don't have anything to say or do in that project. Okay? Like
mm,
I recently, I'm working on one project right now,
uh,
which I took over from some another company,
uh,
and not another friend, that
uh,
one company, like it's a big name in Nepal. I don't want to take their name. And
okay.
what they did was they somehow completed the project. You know,
Uh,
they handed over to him. But when we look at it, that it was so ridiculous. Okay?
uh,
Like like if some company is working on it, you know,
mm,
at least you should give proper CMS that is responsive enough that you can work in your phone. Okay?
yeah.
What I see was it was a mess, sir. It was
Uh,
not working on my laptop. It was
uh,
constantly breaking, and it was really bad. I don't want to take the names, but yeah, it was really bad. Okay?
mm,
And for new developers, I know it's very hard to learn new things, and
mm,
I know it will take a lot of time. I know you will get demotivated in times,
mm,
but outer look is nothing.
mm,
Like even though it takes a lot of time, but the main thing is the CMS that you can work with, and you need to constantly evolve that system so that it
mm,
will be more and more client friendly, and you can work more on it, and also you will get a lot of experience just by working on your own project. And also if you hand that project to someone, then the guy who take the handover should appreciate you. Okay?
yeah. Exactly.
Because you did the
Exactly.
good comment, good alignment,
Yeah.
good things that in the project is required. So it was really bad, and I don't have any word to say about that project. And
Okay.
I'm
So.
still working on it, but I'm adding my own CMS to the project. Like
Mm,
that client was my good friend, and he
uh,
showed me. Okay? He
uh,
said, "I built this app 2 years back,
uh,
and the company did not is not responding me properly. So
uh,
can you guys help me?
uh,
I just have few updates with this." And I look at it, and I thought
uh,
he is my friend, and I'm just going to do few updates, because
uh,
any developer don't want to any developer don't want to do all the project on his own. Okay? Because if it is already built by someone, then you want to improve the experience. Okay?
yeah.
Like a little bit of experience.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at that, like it was made of like it was developer have done very good job.
Mm,
Very good job. Okay?
mm,
But very you have worked very hard. But working hard to build a castle of cards. Okay?
Mm.
Like I can see the work he have done, but he built the castle of cards. Okay? And if only some wind came, then the castle is
Blown
done.
away.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that he have done so many blunder here or there, I can see that he have done so many hard work. I don't know how long did it take, that they have done so much, now they can't fix it. Okay? That's why they said, Namaste Baba, Logness or and we were the one who took it, and we tried to fix it. The more we fix, the more it breaks. Okay? And I said, bro, this project is bad here, and he said, how bad? Very bad. Shit. This is what this is like a three
So
words.
so they realized after you told them.
Huh?
So they realized after you told them.
They are nowhere to be found. They said the developer have left from Nepal. He is no more in Nepal. I don't know what developer have done. Okay? Like it's the company. The company have to know. Okay, what developer have done. Okay? It's their responsibility. They have to testing and R&D, everything they can, just before submitting it to client or before handing it to the client. Okay? Like after 3 years, after 2 years, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, we are finding out that project is bad. Okay? After 3 years, I guess, 2016, 2018, the project was done in 2018 earlier, then it was left by the company. Okay? And they say, developer उडिसक्यो, your developer खुट्टा भाँच्यो. Every time we try to contact them, they said, your developer is into an accident and we can't talk to you. And next time I called them today as well, and they said, no, we are very busy, we can't come into hangout. And again they said, we are in hospital, he's in hospital, so we can't help, blah blah blah. Okay? And when we are trying to contact them, we are just asking them to fix the site so that it will be easier for the client. We don't need any upgrade. We will do the upgrade with our new project. But biggest problem with that website was they were not hosting it to a cPanel. Like it is very important to host your website in cPanel with a proper access to terminal. Like they don't have a cPanel, and they are highly priced. Right? Second thing, they are highly priced. And when we try to pull it into our hosting address, then it did not work. We pulled the database, we pulled everything, and it did not work. And when we started calling them, bro, this is not working, then they said, no, it was working fine in our PC. Why can't it work in yours? Like even the app is not working here right now. Like app is using the API that is from the website name. It is not working, and we said, bro, it's not working. And they said, it was working fine in our servers. Then there might be some issues with the server. Okay? How can a server damage the API? And that's what the issue was. And we should take care of that. It's very important.
So
for you to build a good CMS so that developer like us, like us can get benefit from it. It's not that hard if you try.
So you should also always follow a good pattern, and
you need to comment on it. We have to have that good alignment, so that people will understand. People like you guys, people like me should understand, so that we can take over it. And it won't be a difficulty for anyone to handle that project, because client, like, to be honest, and a client won't be stuck to same company always, because he will see that if we are giving him the good margin, if we are giving him the good services, then he will obviously switch to another company. But you don't want someone to tell that you have a very bad project and I'm sorry, because that will lead up to personal, that mental breakdown to the client, that you can't even trust you guys. That's why I feel that it's very important for anyone to do a proper research on the thing they are working on, and so that you can give a better project to their clients.
So the bottom line or summary would, for the freshers or who are learning Laravel, could be like following like proper rules of programming, like indentation, commenting, and making a documentation that is readable by non-IT people as well as IT people.
And also try to learn programming in very minimal setup. Like people do is they will download the IDE, then everything,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
will slow down the system, and
yeah,
the problem will be very hectic for them. Okay? But if they started using this Sublime text,
yeah.
the code, that Microsoft code,
Visual Studio
and
Code.
Visual Studio Code, yes,
Yeah,
it is a very good system. You can configure it anywhere,
yeah.
then that item, if you
Mm.
use those kind of system, then you start with the minimal thing, and you can do all those plugins and all, like, and
Mm.
it will create a good experience with you. Okay,
Yeah.
and you also learn a lot of keyboard shortcut and a lot of terms that you will
Mm.
use in your programming, while programming those websites, or if you do it with a heavy that IDs, and it
Mm.
will slow down the system first,
Slow.
second would be you won't get familiar with the word that you are using,
Yeah,
because
because it is already popped up. Like a lot of things are
yeah,
already
all
written. You don't
things
need
are
to
already
type
popped up,
full
you can't
thing.
use another system. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I feel like.
Uh-huh.
And I started that, because that Visual Studio Code has its own terminal, and there is a lot you can do in that terminal only. Okay?
Mm.
So, while you use IDE, then there are a lot of the plugins that you don't even use, but still it will still slow down the
Yeah.
system. Okay?
Yeah.
For me, I am using not newer laptop. It is from 2013, earlier 2013
Mm.
Mac Pro,
Mm.
and it is not a very good system to work with, but it works great with that Visual Studio Code, and I had fun with it while using it.
Mm. So before going to the next section, so I'd like to tell my viewers to comment if they have any questions for me or for Pratik. So guys, if you have any comment, then please, if you have any question, please comment down. I will try to take as much questions as possible from you, and we will discuss about those questions in next season, which will be Q&A with developers. So if you have any confusion till now, then please comment below. We will try to answer you in next season. So
Yeah.
in the next season, what I want to ask you is, when can these freshers apply for job? Like as soon as they graduate from college, or before graduating college, if they have some experience with some programming language but they have not completed college, can they apply for job, or they should wait some time, or they should complete the college, or they should have better experience in any programming language?
See, there is two issue with both the solution. Okay?
uh,
First solution is you apply for a job,
uh,
in your field.
uh,
The problem with that is some people will get some people will get a very good exposure,
uh,
but some won't,
uh,
and how like they started comparing with other people that what they don't have, okay?
mm,
Because we human mostly compare ourselves with what we don't have instead of what we have,
yeah,
although
exactly.
it will give a very good exposure for you. Tara, what I feel is we need to learn some communication skill before even
Mm,
applying to any internship programs.
yeah.
Although internships are very good, but I really feel that we should apply for a job uh, before completing our studies. Okay?
Yeah.
Because we will know that
uh,
time we will know that what we don't have. Okay?
uh,
Like if you apply for a job, even if you get rejected,
uh,
then you will know that what went wrong, and you can apply for another. Okay? Because there is nothing written on that one person can apply multiple times.
mm,
And you can apply another year
yeah.
in another company, you can
Mm-hmm.
even apply in another company after that interview,
Mm-hmm.
and that is good. And thing wrong with that is people will get that ego. Okay? Like for developer, I have already mentioned we are very lonely people,
uh,
we are always stuck on
mm,
something, and we always tend to overthink think on things, and we are into that perfectionist.
mm,
And the bigger problem with that is we are not able to apply on things. Okay?
mm.
Understand? We tend to overthink on things, and we don't apply to anything. And the problem we have is only with us. Okay?
Yeah.
And
So what I used to think, that I must be perfect before applying the job. Like I need to
yeah,
know everything.
even
And
that was what I thought before I applied to any job. Okay?
yeah, and
And it's
yeah,
later I realized that we keep on learning. Okay? There is
yeah.
no end to learning, and you will be experimenting with it. The bad thing is what I did was I was into some other field, as I have mentioned, marketing, and I was
Yeah.
earning good money back
Uh,
then. Then I thought, Anjani, I was doing good. Why should I leave
yeah.
it? Okay? So the thing we have to keep in mind is knowledge is the more powerful thing than the job itself. Okay? If
Mm-hmm.
you are getting good exposure with lower money, then go with it.
Yeah.
You will get good exposure with things,
Yeah.
and you can apply for a better job or even start your own company after you graduated or before you graduate. And I and there are a lot of my friends who have done WordPress before they even graduated, and they are doing good in their life.
Mm-hmm.
They started their own company.
Mm-hmm.
But in my case, I have to do it after my bachelor's, because as I have already mentioned, I was in garage with my own college.
Mm-hmm.
And I started Laravel. Yeah, but that was a good thing for me,
Yeah.
and I still realize what I have done wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and I did right. I guess I don't feel I did wrong with it, because if I went with college, then I will still be stuck with the same mindset
Yeah.
that I need to. I had experience with things, and I did good. However, with
Mm-hmm.
all my ups and downs, and I realize it. That is good. I feel whatever you do, be happy.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
If you that if you think that you need to grow and you need to learn, then you should apply for your job before college.
Yeah.
But if you think that you are currently studying and you can give more time to your studies right now,
Mm-hmm.
then it's good to study as well, because
Yeah.
you won't get that time after you started working,
Yeah.
and later in life you will regret that. Why did not I give myself that time?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. So when they are ready or they think that they should apply for a job, what do you think? What will be the expectation from the company from the freshers?
Expectation will be their dedication. If they are dedicated
Yeah.
enough, then they will get promoted. And
Yeah.
they are not going to look at their mark and CV, because they are going to look at their
Attitude.
performance
Yeah.
and
Attitude. Yeah.
yeah.
Attitude toward learning.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have one friend, in
Uh.
my previous company.
Uh.
He was less qualified than me back then,
Uh.
but we were earning same amount. Okay?
Oh.
But yeah, it helped me, in my
Mm.
increments. But we started in the same usma, ke,
Oh.
same period, and I guess he and I were in same skill set, even though he was in early 20s and I was in my mid 20s when I started. You
Mm.
know, yeah, in my mid 20s, and he was in his early 20s. Even not even early 20s. Yeah, I was in my early 20s. He was in teenage, yeah, when we started working together.
Okay.
And I feel that he started in a good time, and now he is working good. So it depends on person to person.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we always regret,
Uh.
I don't know how people would like to regret, but I ask them to do not regret. And if you
Yeah.
want to work, then work. If you don't want, then take your time, because you are
Yeah.
not going to get that time, and you can
Yeah.
spend that time doing some good work instead of doing the job. Then that's okay as well.
Yeah. So that's was for the people or for student or freshers who were into Laravel or web development. Now let's talk to the people
Web
who.
development, not just web development. If you are doing something in life,
Yeah.
even if it's management, web development, anything,
Yeah.
see, very important for you to constantly learn on things. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You have to realize that you are beginning on that. Okay?
Uh-huh.
A beginner can't be advanced. Okay?
Yeah.
And because you have completed some course,
Yeah.
some studies, then that does not mean you have completed everything. There are
Yeah.
a lot of things to learn in any field, and we have to constantly applying it to ourselves and constantly evolving through the experiences as well.
Yeah. So what would be your suggestions for those who are for general freshers or general student who have not yet started any programming language, but they want to start from somewhere, but they don't know which program language they should choose. So what would be your suggestion? My suggestion used to be like and is right now as well is to choose any program language that they are comfortable with, and once they are comfortable or once they are good at any program language, they can easily switch later to another program language. So what's your suggestions on choosing a program language?
What what I feel is,
Mm-hmm.
like when you are a beginner,
Ah.
you will expect a result to come like this. Okay?
yeah, yeah.
Whatever you type in your keyboard,
Uh-huh.
come.
Yeah.
Whatever type in your keyboard, it would be appearing. So I feel that front, like not a programming language, you know?
Uh,
Like you can start with some front end development thing, okay?
yeah.
Because it will keep you motivated. Okay? If you
Yeah.
type something, then you change the
You
color
can,
change. If you
yeah,
type something, the font will
you can get the result quickly.
like even like for me, you know, when I did mark you in my HTML, oh my god, I did so good thing right now. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, when I just started my ninth grade or 10th grade, I started doing that mark you thing. I thought, oh my god, I can
Yeah.
move that text,
Yeah,
change the
yeah.
height. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that kept me interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
in that. And then in logical side of things, then I went to C Sharp, C++, Java, and
Yeah.
all. But yeah, I feel like after you do your HTML, CSS, and if you want, then you can do JavaScript as well. Right?
Yeah, for you it was MarQ and for me it was PHP. Because before joining my bachelor's, I didn't know anything about programming language. And but after joining my bachelor's, I was introduced to C programming first, and then C Sharp, and then Java. And PHP was in around third or fourth semester. And while I was doing C Sharp and Java, it was really it used to take a lot of time to see a result. I used to type a code, then I used to click on run, and it would take some time to like compile and see the result. But when I was introduced to PHP, you just write the code, press F5, see the result. So that's why PHP become easier language for me to learn a programming language.
Exactly. That's what I'm. But I was not actually introduced to PHP, you know, until I was, I don't know, third semester, fourth semester. But that HTML and CSS thing was great for me at that time. And then slowly I went to QBasic, and then C Sharp, and then C++, and then and then Java, and later C Sharp. Like comparing everything to C Sharp, C Sharp was better for me because I can find every button, everything in their menus.
Sidebar,
That's what diverted my attention, because it did not happen in C++, it did not happen in Java, it happened here. It was different, and I thought it was a very good programming language to start with, and I used to suggest that to my juniors as well. Now when I think about my past, then I feel that HTML, CSS, although they are not a programming language, I feel HTML, CSS is a must for every developer.
They are must.
Then you really grow up to PHP, and then C Sharp.
Yeah.
And whatever you want after that, sky is the limit. Because logic would be same for every programming language. Only the language would be different.
Yeah, exactly. Only syntax is different.
Syntax would be different. The context would be the same.
Yeah. So that's it.
And what? How was the experience actually? I am interviewing you back. How was the experience on your programming language?
Programming language, like
you are doing C Sharp right now, right?
No,
when you started, you were on C Sharp. Then how did C Sharp interested you?
C Sharp, to be honest, I was not that interested, or I was not that good on C Sharp. I was first I started with C. In bachelor's, and then C Sharp. At that time I was just doing a project, but I was not that good. A friend of mine who will be in this podcast season as well, so he helped me a lot. So I started with that. I just did C Sharp to submit to complete the assignment, and later I found PHP. So PHP was more interesting for me, and I started focusing on PHP. While I was on fourth semester, we even started some startup project. It was called Sauce for Blood. So I was the designer as well as developer. Everyone I was everyone, and another guy was a financial person who paid for domain and hosting, and we hosted on that system. And I got an error there while making it live. I had an error. It was working perfectly on local machine on Jam, but when I uploaded in live server, there was nothing, and I struggled for 1 week. I asked for help and I asked every teacher who were near to me in college. I even went to one of my teacher's office for that. Nobody could solve that. But after a week, I just went through the live server and check out the code, and there I found extra slash.
Wow. Yeah, the acid one, yes.
Yeah, and I removed the extra slash and it worked perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, you remind me of me as well because I started working with Laravel with
Uh-huh.
that XAMPP, right?
Uh,
And then my senior said, don't use XAMPP, use Vagrant instead. And
uh,
I thought, what was Vagrant there? Why would I use this? It is running perfectly in XAMPP. Why would I use that Vagrant? But what Vagrant does is, it is a virtual machine. Okay? It
yeah.
will create a virtual box and you can access that using that some website name dot that you have kept in that host file, and then you can just do some ABCD website dot paste, and it will run perfectly there. And if it runs there, then it will run perfectly in the server as well. But while working on that local project in XAMPP or map, it has some issue sometimes, and not all the time. It has some issue, and the error would be so simple, but we won't be able to solve it because it is already live and there is some pressure in our head that we can't think anything around it.
Yeah.
And also that is also the reason why Laravel app helped me out with such issues. Okay? Because while doing PHP, I never thought I would be so attached to it that it will be my work of stream right now, and I will be a Laravel and PHP developer. But somehow Laravel has convinced me to do this podcast with you and share my experience just because of Laravel.
Yeah.
If I was doing .NET, then maybe I would be more talking about .NET. But yeah, that's what I feel about them.
This year, म पनि अब then I started with PHP. I worked for some time. I think for a couple of years I stuck on PHP. So I started making videos on. I learned. I became good while I was on final year of my bachelor's. There I did whole project without any help. So I just recalled or I just looked my previous project and then I started working on that. During that time, I was also a ghostwriter. You know ghostwriter, right?
What?
Ghostwriter.
Ghostwriter?
Yeah.
What is it actually? Explain.
Doing assignment for others.
Ghostwriter. Okay.
Yeah. So I used to do for pocket money. I used to do others assignment as well while I was in college. So there were some students who couldn't do anything. So I used to do project for them, and they used to pay something for me, and they used to.
When I applied to that 9 jobs, 3 of were for that same purpose. Like most of the people are not experienced with this turnitin thing and this programming. And they were hiring people who knows this turnitin and this programming. Now I guess it is being part of our government university as well, the TU and PU and KU. I guess. But it was a big thing back then, because it was so new that everyone wanted to learn how it works, and it was like we were so used to it. I got offer from those, what I feel is, why would I help someone who is not willing to work on themselves?
Yeah. But I used to do only like programming part. I used to do the programming part, and they had to do the documentation part. So I used to make program for themselves. Now all other things they had to do by themselves. And there.
I was just sharing my experience of that. That's what happened to me, and that's what I thought. If someone is not willing to learn their assignment, is not willing to do their own work, why am I banging my head to help them? Because they are not willing to work on themselves. Like if someone needs my help, then he should be there or she should be there as well. Because she should be interested on the job work, and also if I am doing some work for someone, then it won't be as interesting as working on my own projects. And that's why I did not choose it. No, otherwise it was offering a good amount there. Like students were willing to pay any amount as well.
I know that. I know that.
A few startup here in Sukedara, they are calling every guy like who applied there, and they are asking, you know this, you know that, you know this. I got call, and even they offered me freelancing.
I today till date I get calls from students who want me to do their job, but I reject it because right now I don't want to do that part now. I was doing that part while I was in college because I needed pocket money. And it was
Yeah,
easy, and it was easy money because I could do
that's very good.
I could do that part, I could do that some project like that within couple of hours, and
Yeah,
it was good money for me.
yeah, very good money. Yeah. It's not just
And
good money; it's very good money, and they are willing to offer any amount of money.
yeah.
Like if you are going to help them, na,
Mm.
they are like, "And sir, I'm willing to pay this. I'm willing to pay that. Any,
Yeah.
you just have to like if you even if you are not involved with them, na,
Uh,
they will give numbers, give the number to student, and then student will directly call you and bargain. Sir,
yeah.
eti bhai hode na, eti bhai hode
Uh,
na. And I said, no, no, I am not working on you because you are not willing to work.
yeah.
I said,
So,
and when I asked him, "Okay,
mm,
do you know this?" And no. Do you know that? No. Which programming do you know? I don't know. And he wants me to help from his first semester to last semester, and he wants to hire me again.
mm,
I can't graduate for someone else. Okay?
yeah.
I am not Ranchod Das a idiot.
Yeah. There I also found two different type of students, like
Yeah.
those who want us to do assignment for them. There are two types of students. One is who really don't know anything, who don't know, who are literally nothing. So they don't know anything. They just want to pass and they just want to get certificate. I
Yeah.
used to do project for them because they have already paid a lot of money for college. If they can pay me little, they can easily get certificate. So that's why I
Yeah.
helped them. And there's another group of students who think like they ask for help, but for them help is doing complete assignment for them.
Exactly. That's very bad. Okay? Like
Yeah.
because if I don't know, many people won't agree with me.
uh,
Like if you are pass with my work,
uh,
pass exam with my work, then
uh,
what would you be telling to the company that is going to employ you? Okay, what kind of employee are you going to be?
uh,
Like I know it is very tiring, and there will be very lot of pressure to you
uh,
when you do this kind of project.
uh,
But think about yourself 3 years back, 3 years forward. Okay,
uh,
after 3 years you are going to graduate from your college, and you won't be marked as from your mark. Okay? You will be marked from your performance, and if you are
yeah,
not willing to perform good, if you don't have a good mark on anything, if you don't have a good knowledge of the basic programming languages, then how are you going to improve yourself? Okay? It
yeah,
will take another 3 years to work there. Okay?
yeah,
And you are losing on your time, and you have already lost money to work
yeah,
on some giving on someone to do your assignment. Okay?
yeah,
It's very bad.
uh,
I thought that. Okay?
uh,
Like if I have bad marking,
uh,
but at least I know what I am doing with her.
yeah,
So in most of the case, they don't know what they are doing. Yeah, mark naramro cha, they say,
mm,
okay, it's okay. Mark ramro cha, they pani they
they
are
know
not willing
nothing.
to perform when they need to. Okay?
Yeah,
And then later they will subscribe to some this Udemy and all, and they are again going to spend their money learning that the same thing they would have learned in the college. Okay?
yeah,
That's what I think. Although online learning is good, it
uh,
should be there. So
uh,
what I feel is if you are investing your time to
yeah,
some colleges, I know a lot of the people are not able to afford college degrees because the very expensive pricing of the college and fees are very expensive of better colleges, and we are very fortunate enough to be able to get a good, better quality education as well. But there are people who have spent same amount of money like us, and they are enrolled in some colleges,
mm,
but they don't, they are not willing to work their ass off when they are in the college. Okay?
yeah,
And after they graduate, they went out to some interviews, and they don't be won't be selected because we are the one who work from them
yeah,
for them, and we won't be there to work for them
mm,
at that time,
yeah,
and they will regret that time, and only they will go to some online classes. Okay?
yeah,
So that they can learn the basic skill that they did not learn in the college. Okay?
yeah, exactly. So without patience and dedication, nothing gonna change.
Yeah, the same thing would repeat. Okay?
Yeah.
The same thing is, the thing is, we started programming. Somehow we get lonely, depressed, and then we quit. Then
Yeah.
again we repeat. The same process would go on and on and
Yeah.
on. And the thing is, you have to get consistent. It's not about passion. Okay? You have to be consistent. You are passionate to do some IT, and you want to do good in this field. You know? So if you are not willing to give same amount of time to your work, same amount of time to for yourself to grow, then how are you going to grow?
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem for every youth. Okay? Even for me as well. Okay? I have to as I have already told you, na,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I get demotivated. I have to convince myself, oh, I have to do it.
Yeah.
That's how I get done with my project.
Yeah. So dedication.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. So what would be your next thing? So you are doing right now. You are doing YouTube and some freelancing work. So what are your plans in coming
Right
days?
now, I am doing YouTube because I want to spread a good quality content in this
Fitness.
fitness.
Yeah.
Because in Nepal, and I don't know, there are a lot of good people abroad, but in case of Nepal, there are not good channels. Okay, if I can say that.
Mm.
I have not came up with any good channel, although they are somehow motivating.
Mm.
So I don't feel they are conveying good message to youth. Okay?
Mm.
Some are lifting cylinders, good these guys.
Yeah.
Some are making squat rack with a bed, and they are I don't know. That's why I feel like I should be the one putting my own notes. And yeah, like the worst thing, worse than that is lifting cylinder and making bed okay, squat rack of that thin wood bed.
Mm.
The worst thing is they are even promoting steroid. Steroid is banned in Nepal, and they are promoting just because people will be convinced just looking at their video. Okay? And I feel that I have all my ups and downs with me. Although I might not be looking, I might not look like a bodybuilder who would step on stage. But 90% of people who are working out at the gym does not want to be a bodybuilder. Okay? They just want to be someone who can look good in the mirror, both with clothes and without clothes. Okay? And I am chasing that dream as well. But I don't feel that external hormone injection, external that fake coaches are good for anyone. Okay? Because we are responsible for whatever happened to our body, and we are willing to spend a lot of money to that coaches just so they can give us the external hormone supply, and then we damage all the internal system. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's why I started this YouTube channel, and also second thing is if you are natural, doing everything, working out, working in the gym, naturally, then your result would be going one step further every time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are taking some hormonal injection and you are flying through your result, you can go to the 100% step, and then when it leaves you, you are going to fall down to a chair. Okay? But if you are doing the one step at a time thing, then you will be lasting much more in your life. And also, it's for your longevity, and the fitness is the name fitness is for fitness, cannot because you are going to look good, but you are going to be fitter than you are right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel that I should promote that. And my second project would be I'm planning to do something online, but I have not come out with it yet. But I am working on it. Let's see. I'm doing freelancing right now, and I want to dedicate every time right now to my freelancing projects so that I can get more of it, because I feel that mouth to mouth marketing is much better than the digital marketing, because I have many clients referred to me by my previous client, but I don't have to rely on marketing right now. Maybe if I plan to grow my business, then I have to rely on that as well.
So if you do good will come back to you.
We are going to do some project. I have talked about that project with you.
Yeah. So we will do soon. We will start something soon together.
We are going to start.
Yeah, and
keep watching, guys. We are going to start something.
Yeah, so best wishes for everything. So At last, what would be your short suggestion for freshers for their career?
Precious.
Yeah, freshers.
Places enjoy their life, enjoy what they are doing, and do what they love. Okay? Like,
Mm.
don't be forceful to yourself if you don't want to do anything. Okay? I have seen people who don't want to be in this field and they have forced themselves because there is bigger, like they see good money in this, and somehow they get demotivated and quit.
Yeah.
And there are few people who are very good in this, but they see money in other field and then they quit. Okay? What I feel for freshers is that if you are passionate about this field, then work on here. Like,
Yeah.
you might be facing some ups and downs in your life, like every field, you know?
Yeah.
But you will be a good developer or a good company, or establish a good company just by using this. But don't come here just because you are willing to earn more money and you are not interested here. Okay? Like, I have seen people who can work 23 hours per day and just sleep 1 hour for their passion,
Mm.
because they are so passionate about this field that they don't want to sleep and they are very enjoying everything right now.
Yeah.
But I have seen some people who just get tired in 3 to 4 hours and they just want to go home and sleep.
Yeah.
Although they got similar education, similar marking, but somehow the passion will decline in time if you are not interested in the first place.
Yeah.
So I want to tell every teenagers, every my brothers and your sisters, you know, that start young, start the passion you are working, start the passion that you have right now, and don't get forcefully enrolled in some subject that you don't want to learn anymore.
Yeah. So do what you
Yes.
love. Focus on
That's what
long-term
my
goals.
father taught me back then when I started college. He said, and I was willing to go to BBA because I thought business was a good thing.
Uh,
But everything, economic is not my cup of tea, account was not my cup of tea, and marketing is not my cup of tea. And then I realized everything is not my cup of tea. Let's go to some place that is my cup of tea, which is computer. And I always enjoy to collect my gadgets. Even if I get one earphone, then I will be very happy because it's something I really love to invest my money in, and especially time, which is not going to get back to
yeah.
you. You should invest it wisely.
Yeah. So thanks so much for suggestions for the freshers. I hope they will take your suggestions and they will do good in their life and they will focus on their passions, do what they love. And at last, what suggestion do you have for me?
You are doing great. You are doing great on YouTube. There are a lot of motivational comment that I see in your YouTube channel, and a lot of people are getting inspired. Even I am, if you know that or not, even I am inspired by you to start my YouTube channel. And you were the one who forced me to into this. Just because I was talking about fitness all the time, even
Yeah.
in this development conversation, I have pointed out three times for my fitness journey and everything. But what I what I want to convey is, like, if you are not fit enough to do something, then you are not going to be good in anything. Eh? Health is the most
Yeah.
priority
Yeah.
for everyone. Even
Yeah.
you are a good developer,
Mm-hmm.
but you should be healthy. Eh?
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
seen developer, they are, as already mentioned, they are not they are not convinced enough to invest on their health. But
Mm.
later in life, they might have some problem, okay? And then
Exactly.
that might make them realize that why wouldn't I started earlier? And I don't want this case to happen to anyone. I mean, it has helped me to deal with my anxieties issues, okay? Just because I gave myself 40 minutes, 45 to 1 hour per day to myself, and it has helped me yet till date. And I have been learning, and also, yeah, the biggest the biggest thing that I can suggest anyone is keep learning
Yeah.
to anyone. Okay? Like,
Yeah.
it does not have to be some programming language. Okay? It can be anything. Okay?
Yeah.
If you are into development, then you can learn Photoshop. Okay? Like,
Yeah.
that simplest thing will help you a lot. Okay? Like, if you are planning to build a company and you want logo, like, you don't have to depend on anyone. You can
Yeah.
just try me. Like,
That's
there
what
are
I
people,
do.
like, people have started making this marketplace, okay,
Yeah.
where they can search someone and they don't want to work work for their own gain.
Yeah.
And some small thing, some setback would be helping them in the long run. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is anything as wasting time, yeah, because time is never wasted.
Yeah.
If you are resting, then you are investing your time to get rest. If you are studying, then you are investing your time to get some knowledge. And if you are even if you are watching movies or doing anything, then you are investing your time. Yeah, I don't think that you should not think that you have wasted that time. Yeah, think like you have invested your time. Like think your time as a money. Yeah, you are going to invest that to something that you are doing right now. I mean, it can happen in any age.
Yeah.
Like we have not been in 30s, and maybe in 30s we would still feel the same, yeah? Because humans are never enough of their regrets, and they will regret no matter how. Even Bill Gates might be regretting right now or something.
Yeah.
So please don't be afraid to be yourself, and you are different, but you are very good to everyone, not just Vijay and me, but everyone is different, and everyone has their own opinion and own way to live the life. So don't judge yourself too much, okay, so that you will get an anxiety out of everything like I did.
Yeah. My suggestion would be experiment with your life. Do what you love and experiment with your life.
Like biggest example of that, yeah, Vijay. You have experimented, like you have tried and if you so many things that like even we have age gap, but the knowledge you have right now in all the fields might be better than me, okay? Because you have experimented with things and you have come up with your own solution. And that's what we learn from. Yeah, experiment might make us fail right now, but it will grow you, okay, in the long run. Because small failure is better than bigger failure in life. Okay?
Experimenting and keep learning every day. It doesn't matter whether you are learning programming, learning music. That's what I do, because when I'm exhausted with programming, I will just look at the YouTube and try watching videos on communication skills or some branding skills. Sometimes sometimes I read novels. So it doesn't matter what you learn, just learn something good every day.
Exactly, that's what I said, Vinay. Because that people are telling that they are wasting their time. Yeah. But I never feel like I wasted my time. I invested on it. Even if it is my bad habit, I invested my time in bad habit so that I can learn it is bad for me. Yeah. That's what you should think. Like this thing I realize.
What I think is self you should be self realizing. So if you do, if I or if anyone does a wrong thing, but if he do not self realize, or if he do not realize that it's a bad thing, then that's a bad thing. But if if anyone did a bad thing and he realizes that it's a bad thing, like he had done a bad thing, then that would be the right thing. I don't know what I said, but I think what I try to say is that you need to be self-realized. You need to realize whether you did good or bad. It doesn't matter what you do. If you realize it in later days, then it will be good in coming days.
That's what I said now.
Yeah.
We should be open to experimenting on things. And that's how we invest our time to. It does not matter. I did not mean if you एकदम bad habit में गौरव मेरे लास्ट में पीते होने का रहते मुझे नहीं. You will regret a few your whole life for that, है ना? I mean like सानो कुराहरु के. Like हुन्छ नि. I cheat meal sometime, I did not do this. I sleep 10 hours today. I sleep that's kind of bad habit. I did not mean I go somewhere and never come back. That would be the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
That is not our meaning. Not just me, Vijay Bunny.
Oh, there you. So I think should we end our today's session?
Yeah, it was a great session here. I am willing to talk in this camera. I am so happy about myself because I
Yeah.
experimented
Mm.
with this podcast.
Yeah,
To talk to them.
we will do more podcasts together. So
Yeah,
that's why I
definitely.
said in the middle that we will have Q&A session in the next season. So
Yeah,
we will have
definitely.
more podcasts together. And thank you so much for being in my podcast. So
Yeah, it was
you are
pleasure.
the first one. So I talked with you about this.
Gift hamper.
Uh huh. Get
We
it?
should name this podcast Coffee with Vijay
Coffee छैन नि त यार.
next time.
Developer
We are
still.
going to improve the experiment.
Yeah, experimenting. So, do you have anything you want to say in last?
No, man, I have already said. I think I have said few things so many times that it was on a loop for me. So
Because
I
because
guess I
because
have said
because that's
about
from your
everything.
soul, na. Because you do not make any things up. You it was from bottom of your heart. It
Yeah,
was what
definitely from my bottom of my
that's
heart.
why
Like,
it kept repeated.
like I don't tell people to do something just because I want them to do. I
Yeah.
tell people to do something because I have done it, and you must try because it worked for me. And as we have already mentioned, keep experimenting with
Oh.
things
Oh.
because you need to. I don't know where did I learn this, you know?
Mm.
People are always willing to. People are always searching for a good chair to sit on, right? Na?
Oh.
But they won't get a good chair until they sit on many chairs. Okay?
Oh. Oh.
They try many chairs. Okay?
Oh.
And so experiment is the same issue, same thing. Okay? If you experiment with something, then you can find some passion on something new. Okay?
Mm.
And I don't think passion is only about one thing and you are going to do one thing in your life, but there might be multiple passion as well.
Mm.
So, Vijay, thank you for inviting me in this podcast, and it was great to talk to you. And I would love to be a guest in your another season of podcast.
Sure,
If I'm
sure.
selected.
Sure. I will say you will be the number one. So I will end this. Okay. Let me end it. So thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you are listening it on any podcast platform, or if you are watching it on YouTube, then I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like this video. And if you have any suggestions for our podcast, because this is an experimental podcast and this is the first episode of our first season. So if you have any suggestion, or if you want to ask anything to any of us, then please comment below. We will try to collect your questions and answer those questions on next season. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, or if you think someone would love this video, then don't forget to share with them. And I will see you on next episode. Till then, stay safe, take care, see you soon, bye bye.
And also, Vijay, guys, please comment that how many times did we mention experiment, the word experiment in this podcast.
Yeah.
There is a gift for you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching or listening to our podcast till the end. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And if you have any suggestions, comment or question, then don't forget to comment below. We'll try to reply as soon as possible. And if you have any questions, comment below. We will collect as much as questions possible, and we'll discuss those questions in next season. And once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on next episode. Till then, stay safe, take care, see you soon, bye bye.